What's going on, everybody? It's Loto-Drandel here, coming at you with a Warframe video. Now, this one's been talked about throughout a couple social medias, and I decided, you know what? Let's do a video on this build. This one surrounds the War Greatsword, and in a lot of people's opinions, and my own included, one of the best weapons in the game. Probably the best heavy weapon, in my opinion. And I'm sure others. Now, this one's going to have three specific builds. One versus the Grineer, one versus the Infested/Corrupted, and one against the Corpus. Let's give it a roll, shall we? Now, first, to go ahead, just go over statistics. It has 24.5 slash, 3.5 puncture, 112 impact. Wall attack is 280 with a 20% stat chance, 280 leap attack, or not leap, spin, 140 leap attack, kinda weak, but meh, not used for it in my opinion. A 2-time crit multiplier with the 20% critical chance, 1.5 times channeling damage with a 5 energy cost of channeling, with an attack speed of 0.917. So those are the statistics without modifications, and it's the Stalker's Sword as bestowed upon him by the sentient Hunho. Now you can acquire this via the Stalker, Shadow Stalker that is, and have a chance to get the blueprint, or you could go and if you're on PS4 or Xbox, you could go over here to the market if you really feel like it and spend 595 platinum to buy Hunho's gift, which comes with his cosmetics, his greatsword. You get the whole spiel. It's up to you and how you want to acquire it, but personally, I would probably say just go out and farm the Stalker and get lucky. Now, let's go into the modifications. First up, Configuration A. Alrighty, we have for our stance, Temple Royale. The stance is what's it called? Is a Vazarin polarity, which actually works well if you want to change to Cleaving Whirlwind. Falls in the same boat. Now, for this this build is not a crit build. This is a just pure optimizing power build of sort, without Berserker and True Steel. So just to show you, we have the standard pressure point, Fury, Collision Force, which is an impact improver. Same goes for the heavy trauma. Always loved comboing these two together. And Spoiled Strike. The Spoiled Strike and Fury are a good complement. This cuts your speed down while this brings it back up and then adds a little bit more. Now, for our corrosive, for Infested/Corrupted, we have Voltaic Strike, which is a status chance and electricity damage increase. Fever Strike, this right here turns corrosive. And then we have extra heat damage. And a lot of people, when they go against the Corrupted, will sometimes take this, but a lot of other people will swap out Molten Impact with North Wind. If you want my honest opinion, go with whatever your playstyle feels, but I would take the extra heat. Do extra damage to the opponent, puts them in a panic, opens them up for more attack. Next up, we have Magnetic. This is good against the Corpus. Also, there is no Berserker crit build here. So pretty much all you do is you just swap out your Fever Strike. We'll move your Fever Strike in place of the, your Molten, whatever they call it, ice. Molten Impact. Pretty much you would take this out, put in your North Wind, and then just have your Fever Strike, North Wind trade places. For Configuration C, now I know that this is technically supposed to be for the good old Grineer. There we go, much better. Radiation. And I'd like to take poison just because, just the extra damage to those Grineer. Some people will even put in a Smite Grenier, which I don't see why. Everyone has an opinion, though. Same stance. You just instead of using your North Wind, you'll use Molten Impact. You have your radiation. Now keep in mind, this is a zero forma build. So if you want to go with less status attack, like if you want to really optimize this, you'll want to at least put one forma in. And I would say go ahead and make it a dash polarity, a Neramon, as it's called, and change this up into a Shocking Touch, if you choose to go that complete route. Now, if you are one of those people, if you would prefer a crit build, of pure speed, and nothing else, you don't really care much for, secondary statistics, you could remove your Voltaic Strike here, and just go as you please. Heck, if you prefer having some stat chance, well, you'll see what I mean in a minute. You'll want your Berserker. Every time you do crit, it'll stack up to 3 times, and it'll be attack speed increase. At maximum, it is a 75%er. And then you'll want to boost your crit chance with True Steel. Now, some people always wonder about Organ Shatter, but quite honestly, I don't think it's necessary here. If the crit thing was higher, then I would consider it. But because it's not, don't bother. Now, in order to maintain your, if you want to maintain, heck, if you want to be pure speed and don't mind having less damage, you could take this little puppy off and just, go with your elementals. There you go. This would be the build you could go with. Now, again, this comes down to playstyle, whatever you choose to do. So, if you go against the Infested / Corrupted and you prefer a Berserker crit build, this is what you could go with. And remember, if you want to get Shocking Touch, you need to put in a Forma. Same could be said for your, we'll just use Configuration A here. If you, let's swap these around. If, we go against the Corpus, you just change this into your North Wind. Or when you go against the Grenier, change it out with your Molten Impact. Either way, if you want the full power boost of the Shocking Touch, you're gonna need to Forma this. Either way. So that will take care of this build, of these builds. Like I said, this is pretty much was a full power and crit build, meaning the first set was without the crit speed build, and the second with the speed and crit build. So feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe for more. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, and if you enjoyed this video, I would be really appreciative if you hit the like button at the end of the video or even while watching it. Let me know what other builds you guys would like me to cover, and I will catch you all in my next video. Peace out.